Protests break out in Aniso as former war secretary is sent to hard labor for speaking out against his government. The western-based separatist movement grows as communism is on the rise in the Imperial Federation, and a military leader announces his plans to use pharmaceuticals to create a socialist police state. All this and more tonight on the Imperial Times. G'day, this is the Imperial Times bringing to you the most reliably trustworthy updates from all around CivMC, Minecraft's largest civilization server. Let's see what's happening this hour. Monster, former Secretary of War for the Principality of Aniso and interviewee on this news channel, has faced heavy persecution by the Anisite government for the testimonial he gave to the Imperial Times. He was initially set to be forced to work in an Anisite nether penal colony for up to 192 days and pay a fine of 196 ancient debris, valued at almost 1,000 diamonds. And all that for the charges of, and I quote, spreading misinformation to notable, respectable, and prestigious news outlet, the Imperial Times, and claiming that the Principality of Aniso is an undemocratic, unaccountable, and expansionist state. End quote. Monster right here. He is being sent to 3 months, as well as over 1,000 diamonds in fines, for speaking his mind about his own country, of that he was silenced. His ridiculous sentencing was of course met with almost immediate international outcry. Even the Chancellor of the Imperial Federation himself made a statement. Of course, upon seeing this international outcry, the allies of Aniso begged Cepes for a lighter sentence, in which the benevolent king of Artonia, Augustus Vex, provided a bailout deal which saw Monster exiled to Artonia for a price of 64 diamonds, which was paid for by Vex. There is, however, more to this story, which we will come back to after a short commercial break. So, what makes a nation worth living in? Its people and community? Cheers, mate! A vibrant culture? Sights that will blow your mind? Beautiful nature? Stable and flexible jobs? But why choose between these attributes when you can have it all? True Udensia, a land of opportunity. Become a citizen today and receive a free piece of land to build your future home. Shortly after Monster's initial sentence was announced, a protest broke out in the capital of Aniso, Sasso. The main activist of this protest was arrested and sentenced to 2 weeks jailed, and all without trial. And, of course, international ridicule of the actions of Aniso still continues to this day, with some calling out the dictatorship as dystopian. Let's take a look at the remnants of this protest. Over to Cody. Thank you, Cody. The place I'm sitting at right here, it was almost like yesterday, was the same place I interviewed Monster, and it was the same place that he said the things that got him sent to a penal colony off in the nether. What has happened to him is tragic. No, not only that, what has happened to the residents of this nation is tragic. Here we can observe the remnants of the protest a few days ago. Cobbles still litter the streets, some deep slate here and there. Some homes are barricaded. We can clearly see that some homeowners tried to stop the government from getting into their residence. And here in Royal Court, it's all trashed, and all because of some prince's decision to sentence a man, all based on his own anger, without any thought from others. Just him and his yes-men. It's a bloody mess. Top Hat Alex, Secretary of Defense of Calcadonia, a military ally of Aniso, recently revealed to us in an interview his plans to use unregulated performance-enhancing pharmaceuticals to create a militia force to defend his nation. He has also gone on record to state that he is planning to export and sell these unregulated drugs to everyone, no matter of age. Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Imperial Times, we could only encourage the use of such substances if they are well regulated, and then so in moderation. Last week we covered the new Callisto lava lake, and it seems now that the situation has only escalated as locals are reporting the appearance of a strange statue behind the main factory building, as well as water mysteriously leaking from the building. Here is Cody on the scene.
Now I'm back in New Callisto to see the leak, and right here there are two locals with me, Nuttles and Red, and they've told me some things about this. They say that the statue out back, the blood on its hands somehow, it leads to nowhere, so it can't be a machine. One could only suspect what these are, and it all feels very intentional, as put by Nuttles. There's really not much to look at the moment. We'll keep you updated on where the story goes.
On to business news. The Imperial Federation is pushing for the nationwide adoption of the Imperial Mark, with the state of Anaheim being the first to see widespread usage of the newly minted currency. The new mark is set to be used as means of solving the issue of using materials with volatile values, such as iron, in trades and payments.
This new currency shows great progress as the IF moves forward into a new era of economic development. Next up, the general elections in the Imperial Federation, which we'll get back to you after this short commercial break.
From the luscious evergreen jungles of faraway Caridia, we bring the most exotic treasures straight to you. Our lightly tanned cocoa beans, hand-picked and roasted to perfection, provide the richest flavors unparalleled by any other. Our logs, handcrafted from the strongest jungle stems, lay the strongest foundations for the finest homes. Our cherry blossoms, pressed with an eye of perfect delicacy, bring a touch of elegance and beauty to any setting. Coming soon to Deluvia, coming soon to Moorgate, coming soon to you. The Royal Caridia Company. Experience the unexperienced. Brought to you by Bisecting 5000.
Last week's IF general elections
saw over 75 total registered ballots with a turnout rate of more than 65%. That's 16 more than May's election at a total of 59 registered ballots. The election closed with Chancellor Southwest and his Vice-Chancellor Asgier winning the election with 38.5% of the votes, with Maytanek of the Western Bay People's Party following suit, securing 21.5% of the votes. This will be Chancellor Southwest's second time in office, so we are excited to see in what direction he steers our nation as the people begin to move away from right-winged ideologies and more towards centrist ideas, as illustrated in this election. Speaking of which, separatist sentiment in the Great Western Bay continues to grow as Grenada polling shows a significant number of those inside the region voting for independence from the Imperial Federation, a sentiment that is supported by the second-place party in the general elections, the Western Bay People's Party. This has been the Imperial Times, reporting to you from the heart of the great city of Withervale. We'll see you next week.